Okay, so TvP this time around. Getting into map number 1 of the semifinals. Once again, this is the Corsair Cup. We've been doing this for over a year, but Twitch has just started doing this with us. This is the very first one. It's been powered up by Twitch. Again, the monthly finals at the end of the month are going to add a little bit of extra spice to this. Points in league and all this good stuff. But game number 1 of this semifinals, the winner fights sort of in the grand finals. Top right side is going to be the blue Protoss Hush. This is another player coming from Korea, by the way, for those who are unfamiliar with him. Top left, going to be the home field European defender. Allegedly, this guy taught you Thermal how to play StarCraft. Basically, it's Optimus. Now, I think Hush, for me, I'm expecting to be the one who wins, just because I feel like we don't see enough Optimus for me to tell you whether he's doing well or not right now. But we have seen Hush play in some of the Korean leagues. And while it is worth noting, you're seeing even the best players in the world like Zest fall prey to some even most basic Terran openings. Hush hasn't looked so terrible the last few times we've seen him. GW Jones wants to know, is the payout in USD or Canadian? This is all US, man. Corsair is a US company, so the prize pool for this tournament is in US. Same with the monthly finals. The extra money that Twitch is putting in to make it $400 for that monthly finals, that's all US as well, friends. I gotta say, if we start hosting tournaments, though, we didn't assign a dollar value, I would totally just pay out in Canadian, because it's so much cheaper. It saves so much money. Soul Cannon wants to know if I can give some information on the Ting tournament later this month. Streaming info, times, etc. are linked to the post. So we don't actually have an official Ting thread up yet. Ting is supposed to get me all the art and assets tonight, actually. But there's an unofficial Ting thread up on Team Liquid. If somebody could find it and link it to the man. Because in there we do have the dates listed for each. Don't have really times or anything. But anyways, while it's going on, Optimus, I was looking in chat. I should not have been. I should have been looking at that mini-map. Puts a proxy factory down. Follows up with a proxy starport on top of this. The positioning on this is so weird, though, because he... This is not a position that's easily scouted. Okay, sure. But this is only, like, very slightly closer to the main base than his own, like, if he just built at home. Like, the distance from A to B is not that much greater than B to C, I feel. But either way, it's through a medevac. He's not walking units over, so it's not going to be so bad. 2 Widow Mines, 3 Widow Mines drop, maybe. I mean, I also made the Thermal joke a moment ago, but it is worth noting when I'm watching players like Thermal play, Zombie Rebel will usually reference something in the cast about like, oh yeah, his Widow Mines always do something. And that's because he puts like 3 or 4 of them and they come late and at weird delayed angles. But Optimus is straight up, again, built close to his opponent's base. He's going to have about 3 Widow Mines, 4 Widow Mines hitting at a very early timing. And Hush is going to have an observer out. Or, excuse me, and you can see my brain's going. My mouth is going. Doesn't want to respond properly. But observer is coming out, so I don't think detection will be an issue. It's just a matter of dropping them all in a line and trying to burrow them as quick as you can. Get some probe kills. I wish them the best of luck. I like this tactic, by the way, to fly 2 of them to the main, presumably, and 1 walks into the natural. Maybe hoping to bait out an overcharge. Oh, Hush doesn't quite take the bait. Does get those unloads in the main, though. Oh, stacking the probes! Okay, that should not have been 9. That should have really legitimately been 2 probes killed. But you know what? For the Terran, 9 probes killed off like that is pretty fan-frickin-tastic. He stopped producing from things really for a small time, but that's to get tech labs and whatnot going. So he does have a tank coming up next. A Liberator following this up. His push through the front is going to be very mech-esque. Oh, that sounds so douchey to say it like that. But anyways, it's going to be kind of a little bit mechy. There you go. That's a little bit better. Looks like this Liberator sets up at the main to distract. Stalkers do not take the bait, however, so this medevac is going to be unable to get that Widow Mine back in there. This is going to deny a little bit of mining out of Hush. Not the end of the world amounts, but definitely annoying because it's over the gas. Well, Liberty scoots on to safety. Now, I thought he made tanks behind this, didn't he? One single tank that's a little bit trapped, so he's got to go the long way around. Okay, that kind of sucks. Liberator gets picked off. Widowmine is going to get sniped as well, and Optimus loses actually a very considerable amount of his army. Well, he does have a nice push. You know, a few Marines, a single Marauder. I don't know. This doesn't seem like it's going to quite cut it. The medevac that he would want to push with is also almost dead. Maybe if he pulls a couple SCVs, it'd be worth it, but this push, I mean, tanks are good. Tanks are really freaking good, like 70 damage a shot, good type thing. But Blink's not done, so this would be the only time Optimus really has to move in here and try and get an attack. Bunker's going to be put down as well. Tank's going to siege up here in just a second. And again, Stalkers do not have Blink available just yet, so Hush actually has to disengage off of this fight. Liberator goes back to the main while this goes on. Of course, there's a medevac with a Widowmine still. Wanted to dive in, but was really hesitant to. Not sure he plans to do the bunkers this far out. Might just be a safe place to retreat to. Meanwhile, that Liberator in the main finally gets cleaned up, and the Widowmine looks to go back in a moment's time. Still advancing his forward hero. A turret and a bunker come down simultaneously. Without high ground vision, however, there's not a lot these tanks can do. And right now, these tanks could do a lot. They could bust through those pylons real quick. Oh! Oh no, that was a huge mistake out of Hush. I'm not sure if that was a rally, if that was a misclick, but he just gave away a Colossus for free. Such an important and very valuable unit. While this goes on, that tank rally's a bit awkward and stuck, I suppose. We do have sentries warped in, so maybe a couple of force fields will keep units from storming up and stimming up that ramp. And then my Tomanin, thank you for the 20-month resubs, is 20 months of fun. Thank you. Well, thank you, sir. The Stalkers were looking for the high ground vision. He knows that as long as there's nothing they can actually see up, those tanks aren't going to be able to shoot anything, but this contain going down on a Hush right now is really harsh, frankly. Optimus is showing no mercy and giving no quarter when it comes to just trying to choke his opponent into his own base. Might be thinking like, yeah, Blink's pretty cool. Colossus are all right, but bunkers and tanks? Now that's where the real party is. That one medevac is so low, I want him to just never ever use it. I don't want him to see anything picked up on this only to die like a half of a second later. The Stalkers do manage to blink outside the base, by the way. They're going to catch some of the reinforcements. Optimus sent back home pretty quick, but Stim's not going to save him against Blink. So now this gives him the cue, though, to move up, thinking, oh, all the Stalkers are out of the base, but that's still not the case. Well, he's got a nice amount of tanks and Marines. There's all these overcharges. There's almost three Colossus out. Oh, is there no defense at home? Optimus has literally nothing at home. Well, not literally nothing. I take that back. Figuratively nothing. These Marauders are not going to amount to much. SCVs get pulled off the mineral line to try and help deal with this. This is where maybe Optimus starts salvaging his bunkers. What's that state of the game clip? Like they're just collecting value over time. Gonna eventually salvage them for cost? I don't know. Bunker here, if this was finished, might be okay, but he didn't put workers back on it. He was so busy looking elsewhere, trying to micro that Liberator in the main. Not going to be worth it, but he does push off these Stalkers, actually. Kills quite a few of them, too. Not bad, but at the cost of 14 workers, can't say it's exactly looking good. Did I say 14, folks? Sorry, I meant 19. Ouch. So Optimus down quite a few workers, down to 33. His opponent sits on 38, and he's been bleeding them out slowly, but not nearly as bad as that of Optimus here. So Hush might be a little bit better, worse for wear, if that makes sense. Stalker's going to try and go for the Blink. Colossus come in. They're going to focus down those tanks. Tanks, of course, decide to end up focusing on the Colossus. And Colossus go down pretty quick to tank fire. A couple of Marauders get their shots in, too. And looks like the Stalkers are down. Hush actually loses his entire army to Optimus's attack. He's got no Blink Stalkers left to deal with what's in the main. He's got nothing. He's got nothing. Just a couple of blink stalkers out front, and that's where those siege tanks really shine through. 70 damage a shot. They're going to pop off those stalkers if they get to have any hits whatsoever. Overcharge is going to go off on a pylon that's almost dead. Oh, Hush, are you panicking, man? I thought the boys got pulled for a moment, but this is a string of reinforcements. 65 army supply. I think Optimus has got it, guys. He didn't get to show great games in Nation Wars, but this first game out of the Corsair Cup was not too dandy. I liked it. Or not too shabby. Whoops. Just dandy's a good thing. I think he's dandy. I think it's dandy. English is hard. The blink goes down, but it also gets destroyed. And I think that's it for Hush. APM dipping to like 30. He's still going to warp more units in. He's going to fight to the last. And GG's get called. Optimus will take the first game. His best of 3. Like I said before, guys, going to play the commercial break now since I didn't before. So see you in 2 minutes. Alright, folks, welcome back. We're just loading into the game. Got a couple of resubs to get caught up on, too. Just give me a sec here. Again, I've only got one monitor, so I gotta like tab in, tab out, and use my phone for stuff. It's not super fun, to be honest. I cannot wait for a second monitor again. All right, Super Saiyan 2 for the 24 months, 2 years. Base trade hype. Anton Caridian for the 33 months as well. Damn. People are getting close to 3 years. That's crazy. Thanks for holding up the StarCraft 2 scene, guys. Satet 68 for the 11 months says I still bought my own or brought my own pairs. Okay. My Ottomanin for the 20 months. 20 months of fun. Thank you. Ubidum for 10 months. I hope that's everybody. If I missed anyone else, again, I'm so super sorry, but it's difficult today of all days just because, again, a lot of my stuff broke. So no pity party for Rifkin today. It's just a matter of stating the fact. Whatever. Anyways, game number 2. Top left side of the map, we do have the Protoss contender coming from Korea. Thus, the away team, if you will. It's going to be the blue Hush. Bottom right side of the map, we got the red Terran player, Optimus. Of course, up 1 game right now in the series. Gambino TV in chat says, BaseTradeTV, I use my Twitch Prime on you, but it doesn't show I subbed. Is it only for 1 month or a whole year? So as long as you have Prime, you will always have 1 sub to give, but it does not automatically renew. So you will have to manually apply it each month if you choose to do so. That being said, if you choose to give it to other streamers as well, or anything like that, that's totally cool. Just make sure you use your Twitch Prime stuff, guys, because it's a free sub. It doesn't cost you anything, and it gives the streamers a couple of extra bucks, which is really nice. Plus, it's just nice seeing subs. Like, if I got an equivalent amount of donations, just straight up cash, that would make up for the amount of subs we had, but the exchange was like, I lost all those subs, I don't think I would take that exchange. I think it's really cool being able to look at my dashboard, see like over 1,000 subscribers, over 1,000 people who care about StarCraft 2 or BaseTradeTV, or hell, me even. Well, I know it's not all just about me, but the point is, like, it's cool to look at that number and see, like, concretely, here's 1,000 people that like us. The end. So, thank you for those who do sub. It's always appreciated. And those who use Twitch Prime subs on us, cool beans too. Anyways, last game, not too bad for Optimus. I think there's certainly an element of latency and all that to be said, but I mean, this wasn't a game where we're talking about micro mistakes and drops being messed up. That was a game where it's just straight up Optimus got down and dirty early on. You know, the factory's put on the other side of the map. He had Widowmines in his face immediately. He probably wasn't used to people throwing down 6 bunkers outside of his natural base, not to mention plenty of siege tanks. I will say for Optimus, one of the coolest things about that, by the way, it wasn't just that he went siege tanks. He had put them in this really kind of cool like curve that made us. I don't think any of the Colossus splash was hitting more than 1 tank. Well, at a time, but. Of course, for Hush, I guess questions are like, does he expect something like that again? I actually wonder if he even knew that was really a proxy. I mean, you have to from timings, right? But anyways, it's gonna be a Widowmine drop by the looks of it. Optimus has a fairly large amount of Marines, actually. I'm a big fan of the way the drops went last game. You get 9 probes early on was nice, whether it's a proxy or otherwise. So just sending about two widow mines right across that map, real quick. Starts producing even more behind this. Widow mines are just such fantastic units, unless you're Protoss and you hate them because they killed Chargelot Storm, Chargelot Archon. Lol. Medevac does soar on over. Thank you to Kenthras for the 1-year sub. Kenthras sent us a message on the channel so we can get you your form to fill out. Nelasuna resub for 11 months and says, oh yeah, close to that, 12 months. 1 more to go. Survive. Medevac does boost away pretty quickly after seeing those stalkers, so playing it real safe. Observer also has a nice scout of the base, but it's quickly picked off and denied. Nice eyes out of Optimus. Oh man, where are all these subs coming from now? Armed Drunk Donkey just up for 12 months. So thanks for the great StarCraft. Same deal, man. Send us a message on the channel. Not a whisper, but send a message so we can get you that form to fill out for your partoofs. And then Terraman for the brand new Twitch Prime sub. Glad to have you on board. Thank you so much. I tolerate you, Rifkin. That's good enough for me. I don't need love, I need toleration, I guess. Now, this isn't Marines. These are, of course, Widow Mines. Come to the back of the base. Hush should be able to notice this, but he doesn't by the looks of it, so... Oh, my God, guys. He does it again. Optimus is a Widow Mine god. 9 probes in that first game, 8 probes in the second game. I guess he was really distracted by this medevac over here on the right side. Either way... nicely done at Optimus in terms of getting some kills. Of course, you'll note that Hush still has plenty of probes where that came from, but that is the thing. Like, Chrono Boost gets you ahead quick. It's not exactly great for catching up should you take a lot of nasty hits. Well, he kept both of them alive, too. I didn't realize he had scooped them all up, but going back for round 2 in just a moment. He's also got a Liberator set up behind this, so baits out the overcharge, goes around the other side. Hey, there's Campaigner TV. He was asking in chat earlier. Glad to see you figured out the button, man. Welcome back. Double overcharges go down. Looks like one Widow Mine might burrow. Yeah, it does get taken out, though. This medevac going to try and fly to safety. If this got out of here alive, that would be cool. That'd be awesome. For the Terran, not for the Protoss. Hush also with a probe just kind of chilling over the third right now. Not quite taking the base just yet. And that Liberator, does it see it? This is a freebie. Hey, Saint Maid! Thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. Glad to see all these new people joining us. More action coming in. Widow Mines to that natural base. Still doesn't get the shot. I feel like Optimus, you had like one good single, dude. Don't try to make an album. Alright, you had great Widow Mine hits. Get those medevacs out of there alive now, boy. Blue Fangs with the Twitch Prime sub. Back-to-back, 2 months in a row. Says, thanks for all the great content, BaseTradeTV. Linus42 just hit us up with a Twitch Prime sub as well. I don't know if these are like resubs or you guys like didn't know you had to reapply them, or if these are just brand new. But either way, this is a significantly large amount of subscribers coming in. And thank you kindly, guys. Nice scouting Marine out of Optimus. He's unfortunately going to die, but that also tells his army that, hey, turn around. Scanning, though, I like that to confirm they didn't need to turn around. He's going to find these stalkers. He forces that blink. He pushes forward. Tank count on 3 currently. 2 Colossus on the other side of this. Guardian Shield could go a long way. Force Fields might be even better. We do have 2 medevacs also looking to wrap around the side of the map and maybe move up towards that main. Liberator still alive from earlier too, so Optimus has a lot on the field to play with. Hush on the other end, he's at 2 Colossus. He's got a fairly healthy amount of Blink Stalkers, but he doesn't know where to go. Optimus picked off a lot of Observers early on, so, Hush finally made some more. He's got a Zealot in the middle of the map. Observer kind of saw this drop over here on the left side. Don't know if he's spooked by it or not, but... Hush isn't really moving into a position to stop this from going towards the main, so Liberator is going to get to set up a landing zone. Or hell, might even use it in the third. All these stalkers are in the natural base. We also have a fairly sizable push from earlier that has been re-rallied down the middle of the map. Double drops will go off towards that main. Liberation zone set up. Again, it's just going to secure the landing zone. I think he was expecting to find a fourth. Optimus perhaps feeling a little bit more behind than he was. No fourth base to be found, though. As he pushes on in forward, all those stalkers had to guess, like, where do I go? This leaves the the Colossus are actually exposed. Optimus doesn't know they're there, but if he spreads, if he concaves, and he stims, he gets a lot of very expensive, very good units. Not going to be the case, however. Stalkers are going to come back to join the army. However, the rest of the armies rally towards the main. These two drops have been slowly picking off pylons. Looks like the Nexus might go down. Tanks are set up pretty nicely. Couple of really great shots to start this, and this doesn't look good for Hush. I thought it was going to be Hush TLO or Hush sort of in the finals, but at this rate, it's going to be Optimus, guys. I don't want to call the game over too soon, but the third base dies. The army's still tentative to even engage. Drops in the main still have not been cleaned up. There's no counterattack damage while this is going on. And hell, even a fusion core starts up. Colossus gets focused. Optimus gets a little bit greedy. I don't think this was great engagement out of him. In fact, loses a lot of units for this. Stalkers finally blink over to the side. Looks like this will be pushed off. Finally dealt with. Now Hush can just look at one direction at a time, but again, I think this might be a little too far gone. Another big rally of reinforcements coming down the middle of the map. This one's got Liberators with it too. Two of them to be precise. Waluko! Waluko! Thank you for the Twitch Prime sub. Yeah, Liberators set up and get focused down pretty quick. Widow Mines are in a pretty nice position if anything walks over them. Tanks are target firing on top of the Colossus. Nice Warp Prism micro. That's kind of cool to see, but it looks like Optimus still might just win this out. I don't know, guys. With 83 army supply to the 11 of his opponent, it's kind of close. Nah, I think he's got it, though. Nice win for Optimus. Hush will get some cash for this, though. Again, third and fourth place do get about $10 each from this tournament, plus points leading towards that monthly final invite spot. Yeah, what can he really do? He's actually still building gateways in the main. Like this is a man who refuses to go down without a fight. But it's also like, I'm sorry, dude, you're dead. The Doc B3 just reset for 4 months with the Twitch Prime. That's awesome to see, man. Just like watching a Terran win a game of StarCraft 2. Just absolutely fantastic. Last Colossus comes out. Last hurrah. Last hurrahsis. That's what we can call it. Optimus is still playing this kind of safe. He backs up towards his tank line. I think he knows he's got his opponent beat. I don't think this is a mystery to anybody except for Hush right now. Yeah, Colossus flips pretty quick. That's gonna be game. This sends Optimus on to those finals. And the finals is going to be a best of 5, guys. Finals is going to be a best of 5 with the Carbot mod. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Alright, good stuff. Good stuff. But now I need to go set up for the finals. So, give me a few minutes. Get this commercial break going. I'll see you guys soon with Grando Finals.